Hi everyone. Today I'm going to go over the case study financial analysis assignment. This assignment is a great opportunity to plan an event and decide whether or not it will be profitable. Building these skills will help you with future decision making in regards to profit and whether or not it makes sense to proceed with a business idea. As you can see, again, we're going to go to the assignments tab on the left-hand side and scroll down to the case study assignment. You need to make sure you review the income statement and break even. These are large concepts that we need to make sure you're able to do, and that's part of the assignment. So for Let's Throw a Business Party, you can come up with any idea you'd like. I've had people throw parties, dances, they've hired DJs. This is a really great way to see whether or not the ticket price you have will make you money, and you're going to do actual research for local venues to make sure it makes sense. So this goes over the income statement. You need to remember how to do break even. You want to determine the sales price for a ticket for your party. And this references different aspects of our textbook. Identify, research, and estimate major expenses. It's really important here that you actually do the research. For example, if you're hiring guards for the doors, you need to make sure you find the actual payroll costs for guards for the doors. If you are buying sodas, list the actual price of sodas and how much you think you need. We really want to make sure you're going over fixed costs and variable costs and you understand the difference. Calculate the break-even point. Figure out how many tickets do you need to sell to break even, and does that number make sense for the capacity of the venue you picked? Identify a city and venue for this party in the state of Maryland. You actually want to call different local venues and find out the cost to hold your party at their venue. And you can use outside research such as the US Census Bureau website to help with your reasoning. You also need to project the potential sales revenue for the party. Using the revenue information, you'll want to calculate profit and losses in year one for the business and decide whether or not you should throw the party. Do not forget to include whether or not it makes sense to throw the party at the end of the assignment. The rubric is listed here. I always recommend looking to see what's under the exceptional tab so you can make sure you maximize the points you'll be able to receive for doing the assignment. And this jazz party sample is a really good example of what I'm looking for. There's outside research, there's references to the course textbook. They include all the different components, including the competitive advantage, how they chose their pricing, listing the fixed costs, listing the variable costs, using a table to calculate it out for you, calculating the variable costs, calculating the break even, what made them choose the location they chose, the potential sales revenue, an income statement, and then whether or not they should hold the party, and a list of references, which should be fairly long if you've done the right amount of research for the different things you'll have at the party. And some common mistakes on this one, some people forget to include 3 competitors' prices, not conducting any outside research, for example, saying I'm going to buy a cash register and just picking a price. You should actually list where you're purchasing it from. Making sure you do the break-even analysis correctly. This is something that if you're really struggling with, I want to help you. Please feel free to ask if you can't figure it out. Use the textbook. We learn about this concept, and you can also do some outside research. Choosing a venue. Don't just pick any venue. Make sure you do research. Make sure it's the right capacity for your needs. Make sure the pricing makes sense and the timing of when they're open. Make sure you do correct projections, correct income statement, include your works cited, and again, as always, apply course concepts and use PIC analysis throughout. I've had many students say this is a really fun assignment, and as I've mentioned before, this is a really great way to find out if it makes sense to throw a party or do something at any place of work you have. It's a good way to practice figuring that out. Let me know if you have any questions.